Last year, Mercedes in India launched its most premium electric vehicle ever. Yes, you guessed it right, the EQS super sedan came to India. And when it came to India, Mercedes also ensured that it came with an AMG branding. You must have seen the caption and thumbnail till now, and you know that we are gonna be talking about the EQS 53 AMG in this detailed video. We'll be talking about its design, what is the technology that it offers, and also its driving experience. How does it actually feel on the Indian roads? Is it actually practical to own a rupees 2.45 crore super sedan in India? Well, let's find out in this video. Now, speaking of the design, first and foremost thing is obviously the design. As the name suggests, EQS, it is based on the S-Class, the regular S-Class, the ICE model that we see, but the design is completely different. While the platform has been shared and it has been altered, the design, as you have already seen, it already comes in another variant that is assembled in India, the EQS 580. The design of the AMG variant is nearly identical to it, but obviously because it's an AMG, so it has got all the AMG elements to it. For example, at the front, you get this AMG grille and you get this sporty front bumper. And you also get the Mercedes trademark digital headlights, of which I would be speaking later in this video, how do they actually perform, but they look brilliant from the front. One thing for sure, that Mercedes has tried to keep it as much as aerodynamic it can be, so therefore you do not have any fenders on it. Apart from that, when you come to the side profile, you see this brilliant EQS badging that makes it look fabulous. Also, you get the 4MATIC plus badging on the right fender. You can call it fender, but actually it's a part of the chassis. And the most important and the most cool looking part of the side profile are obviously the 21-inch AMG alloy wheels. You also get these red brake calipers. So the overall look is sporty yet elegant because there are no panel gaps, all fluid. And obviously you have these pop-out door handles that you can easily operate with, and if you want to unlock the car, you can just touch it and it will get locked. So locking, unlocking, touch sensors, pneumatic touch everywhere, inside the cabin as well, on the outside also. Coming to the rear part, the most prominent thing is obviously its size. Mind you, this car is 5.2 meters plus in length, and also the wheelbase is 3 meters plus. So it is long, but in terms of width, especially from the rear, it looks still compact. You get this coupe type roof, so the rear end gives you a proper sporty look. There is a connected light bar at the rear end and obviously the LED tail lights. And if you want to operate the boot, just press this 3-pointed star and the electric boot gets open. It's a 620 liters boot space, so you get plethora of space. You can easily put your stuff inside. As you can see, we have the chargers over here and some stuff lying around. And if you want to close it, electrically operated. So overall, the design is similar to the other variant, but it is more sporty, aggressive looking, and also very fluidic and very subtle overall. Now we'll get inside the cabin and see how the design of the AMG variant different and what is the exceptional technology that it offers. And once you get inside the cabin of the EQS, it feels super luxurious. Obviously, the design of the AMG variant is similar to the 581, but you get a different color theme. It's all kind of black and silver-ish tone that you get on the inside. And being top of the EV vehicles around the world and being the topmost EV vehicle in Mercedes range, Mercedes has equipped it with the Napa leather over the dashboard, over the door pads. So most of the interiors, they have been covered with the leather and stitching. If I speak about how good it feels, well, you get a premium mix of luxury and also aggressiveness. You have this ambient lighting around that you can change through this big hyper screen in between. Mind you, Hyper screen is what Mercedes calls this bigger dashboard single screen, but it has the 3 different units, one for the passenger, the middle one is for infotainment and climate control. All the operations of the car can be operated from here, and then you also have this driver display in front of the driver. This is not a touch unit, but both of these are touch units. So yes, the overall ambience is amazing, superb. And speaking of the front seats, both of these seats, they offer brilliant cushioning. Bolstering is spot on. The lumbar support is brilliant, and during driving you don't feel any fatigue. I drove it roughly 160 kilometers one way. It is not a very long distance, but I was at home. No tiredness. So you can easily drive it until it gets discharged completely. So 400 kilometers covering in a single drive. I think both of the front seats, they are going to offer you premium comfort and luxury. Also, both of these seats, they have 3 different type of memory settings. So you can obviously set them as per your usage. And both of them are 8-way powered adjustable, so you can easily adjust the seat as per your seat height, as per your height and as per your body comfort. Also, Mercedes has given both of the front seats massage functions. You have multiple massage functions, so if you went for a long drive and you are relaxing somewhere and the car is getting charged, you can just tap on the middle screen and get yourself a good body massage. Apart from that, both of the front seats are also ventilated. Now speaking of the hyper screen, this was something unique when it came to India, and now there has been some time, it's been near about 1 year, and people have got acclimatized with this, but this still looks like something alien technology. It looks brilliant at night, but if you want to save energy, you can switch off the passenger side screen, and you can also switch off the main center infotainment console. If I speak of the utility spaces, the door pockets, yes, they do offer you good space. You can easily put your belongings over here, but I think there should have been a dedicated water bottle holder over here, because if you want to put a water bottle, it has to be laid out horizontally, so you can't put it vertically. Apart from that, you get this good looking carbon fiber finish and these brushed aluminum finishes and elements all around the cabin, and they do make your whole experience very premium. I'll get back to the rear seat and I'll show you how the space at the rear is and what are the features that you get behind the back. And the premium experience of the rear seat of Mercedes has been a benchmark for its rivals. If we speak of the C-Class or the E-Class or even the S-Class, they do offer the best of the rear seat experience. While the AMG is mainly meant for enthusiasts, this is a no-brainer for chauffeur-driven customers as well. If you sit at the back, this is basically a 5-seating layout, but you can also use this middle seat backrest as a entertainment package or just to put your stuff over here. So yes, utility has been taken care of, and also the comfort and the space that the rear bench offers is premium. I think the leg room could have been better. It is less because I am 6 feet tall, and you can see that the leg room just ends over here. I wish it was more, but again, the bolstering is superb, and you can also adjust the rear bench on both sides electrically as per your body type. There is enough of leg room for me. Headroom is nice, and you have this amazing panoramic sunroof that opens up as a gesture control from the front console on the upside of driver. You get these reading lamps, and again you have the rear AC vents on the B pillars as well as under the center armrest. But I think that if you are going to sit at the back of it, you might not enjoy the real experience of driving that the battery offers to you in the driver's seat. But if you are going to be chauffeur driven, I think this is going to offer you the right amount of comfort at the right amount of money. So the main thing about an AMG is its complete package of driving that it offers to the enthusiasts, and the 53 AMG is no different from it. We'll just drive it around, but before I start, I want to show you that how light the steering is. See, you can easily rotate it at idle speeds. and also it has the multi-axle steering that is famous, and Mercedes is known for it. So making tight U-turns is quite easy on it. So as you start and lift off from standstill, this car has no noise. Obviously it's an EV, so NVH should not be existent in the car, and that definitely feels you, especially at the low speeds. Once you start driving, the car starts from comfort mode as a default. I want to tell you that this car comes with 5 different driving options that you can choose from a rotary dial that has been placed over here. This is a beautiful steering that is AMG specific only, and from this dial you can easily switch to the sports modes or the different modes that this car offers. What are those modes? Well, you get a slippery mode that is mainly meant for wet conditions, or if you're driving in snow, that is obviously meant for European countries primarily. And then you have an individual mode where you can customize the car, the suspension, the steering feedback as per what you like to drive or how you want to drive. And then there comes the comfort, which is by default that you get when you switch it on and start driving. It is a decent mix of performance and comfort if I speak of the comfort mode. And if you rotate the dial clockwise, you can shift to the Sport and Sport Plus, where the performance just explodes. I'll start off with the suspension first. Mercedes is known for bringing up cars that offer you utmost premium ride quality that none of the rivals can offer. In fact, its ICE sibling, the S-Class, is a benchmark in terms of ride quality. But the EQS, I think, lacks somewhere, especially at the low speeds. The ride feels quite soggy at low speeds, and you definitely hear the thuds of small potholes and undulations. Also, if you are crossing speed breakers, then for example this one, you do feel thud coming inside the cabin. It's not very inconvenient, but then again, if you're spending such a big amount of money for an electric car, I think the suspension at lower speeds could have been better. But once you cross the 40-50 kmph mark, the car just comes into its own territory. The ride quality becomes supremely pliant, and you can just throw it around anywhere, any type of road it can tackle easily, and you can just drive with utmost confidence. Now coming to the steering part, the steering feedback, obviously Mercedes has been known for providing its cars and equipping them with some of the most fun to drive steering feedbacks. On the EQS, you get a very comfortable steering. It's most of the part of it is neutral. So if you drive it at low speeds, if you're driving or pottering around city, it feels completely light, and you can easily maneuver the car anywhere you want to. So not much effort is required to operate it. But as you start gaining speed, the weight of steering starts to build up, and you can easily take any line around the corner and this car won't leave it. All thanks to the Michelin spec tires that have been specifically created for the AMG variant. They also do help in superb driving control for the enthusiasts. And now the most important part of an AMG, the performance, right? If we speak of the performance, this car, the EQS itself, has the biggest battery pack that any EV, any production EV in the world have. So this comes with a 107.8 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is superb in terms of providing you long distance range. The claimed driving range for it is 526 kilometers per charge, and that, mind you, that is exact range that it actually provides to you. We have seen in some of the EVs where the shown range or the MID range that it displays are actually much lesser than the actual range. With the Mercedes-Benz, no, it's not going to happen. Whatever is displayed, this car will deliver. So no range anxiety definitely with that bigger battery pack. Yes, one thing is going to be a headache if you are going to charge it through an AC charger. This might take more than 24 hours. If you have a DC charger, that's brilliant, because within 1 hour this car can go from 0 to 80%, and 80% of charge will roughly translate into 400 and 430 kilometers something odd range. So that's brilliant, because within 1 hour you can again top up the EQS and be ready to go anywhere. Now speaking of the performance numbers, this car has been capped electronically at 250 kilometers an hour of top speed, but 0 to 100 mark, well, it comes within just 3.4 seconds claim. and flat out. And mind you, if you just want to try it, I'll say this car, the EQS AMG, it's not meant for newbies. If you are a newbie, I'm not saying don't drive it, but if you have never been behind a powerful car, think twice before flooring down the pedal, because it can easily go out of control. For example, you shift to S Plus, that's the Sport Plus, and then you just, wow! So yes, speaking of the numbers again, specifications, because the battery pack, it delivers near about 762 bhp of peak power, but the most exciting part is the peak torque. It stands at 1020 Newton meters. So for example, an auto rickshaw beeping at you, don't worry. If you have a clear road ahead of you, you can leave the auto rickshaw behind within seconds. So pottering around city, closing those gaps of traffic, moving traffic, super easy. And also the multi-axle steering wheel, it helps a lot, especially during the tight U-turns and narrow roads. And now speaking of my driving experience specifically, because I took it from my office to my hometown, which is roughly 160 kilometers away, and I had to tackle the Delhi outskirt traffic and those rough roads which are not meant for sedans, not sedan friendly. The EQS being a long vehicle with a wheelbase for over more than 3 meters and a ground clearance of 140 mm. Yes, scraping belly is something that you would have to take care of if you are planning to drive it on rough roads or unknown roads. But nevertheless, it performed brilliantly. I didn't scrape it anywhere. You just have to plan the speed breakers, just cross, zigzag the car, cross it, and you can easily maneuver those high speed breakers, high set speed breakers, and it will just go fluently over anything. And speaking of the brakes of EQS, they are superb. Humongous brakes, bigger brake size, and they are also ventilated. So the ventilated disc brakes, they offer you brilliant bite. The car stops in straight line. Obviously it has to, it's a Mercedes, but the most good part is that they cool down themselves and they never fade away. So if you are using EQS on a specific track day and it's in Sport Plus mode and you have been driving it very hard, I think the brakes, they will definitely shine out and they will keep you smiling behind the steering wheel of it. So this is how the EQS 53 AMG feels to drive. This is how the interiors of the EQS feel and how it actually provides you the utmost comfort that your money can buy. So what is the actual verdict? Is it a practical car? Well, Mercedes already knew about it, that this is not going to be the most practical choice for its customers. But being an EV, being the most long distance range giving EV, being the most luxurious EV, Mercedes knew that this has to offer the most of the performance, luxury and the supreme driving comfort. So overall, yes, the rupees 2.45 crore price tag, it does justify it. It drives very well. It provides you every type of comfort that you can imagine of. It provides you with the utmost of features, the latest of technology, and obviously the big 3-pointed star badge panache. So if you are up for a car that can provide you something unique that looks an eye candy on the road, and it is a green mobility vehicle, I think if you have the money, buy it. So you tell us down in the comment section, would you buy the EQS 53 AMG if you had rupees 3 crores? And also, if you are looking forward to see the other variant of it, we have already uploaded the video on our channel. Please do watch it. The link is in the description box. I'll meet you again with another detailed review of such an exciting product. Until then, please drive safe, buckle up, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe our channel.